Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm still playing Andean Abyss. And the last propaganda card could now come up anytime, I guess. I'm doing really good. I'm at 35 points, so I'm pretty far ahead. I only need 26. The AOC needs to destroy some of my bases if they want to compete at all. The government is at 56, so it's going to be pretty hard for them to come over 60, not to mention this victory margin of 9. And the cartels, they are actually pretty close to their victory conditions. They have lots of money, 82, they only need 41, and they need 11 bases, and right now they have 8. So, well, there might be a chance for the cartels that they could win this. But let's see. The next card is this one here, Tres Esquinas. During the late 1990s, heyday of the FARC's large unit mobile warfare, it succeeded in overrunning a series of isolated army positions and briefly holding the capital of Vaupés. Tres Esquinas was a key army base at the heart of later government sweeps into the FARC strongholds of the southeast. Okay. Government places 1 base and 3 troops into any department. So I suggest we do that randomly. Okay, so we got a 5, 1, 4. So that would be Putumayo, and yeah, that's fine. So they are allowed to place a base there. And 3 troops, and they can take them from somewhere, and I would suggest they take them from an area where troops are much higher than population. So this one makes sense. For example, here Santander. So they go here. And yeah, that was then this Tres Esquinas forward base. That was the event, and then it's the cartels, and they will use the flow chart, and they're gonna rally once again. And, well, basically they're gonna rally in a space where they can cultivate after. Okay, that's a 2, 1, and a 6, so Antioquia, that's not possible. Has to be a department. Santander, no. Atlántico, nope. Cesar, Arauca, no. Meta East, Vijara, yeah. But it has to be of a population of greater 0. So we go on. All these have great population 0. Putumayo, Guaviare, yeah. So they're gonna rally here. And then cultivate and place a base in here. And that cost them 1. Okay. Fine. Next turn. Got now the Black Hawks. Okay, so because this is an event that targets another faction than the executing faction, if the AUC would do the event, we have to roll if the AUC does the event, and that happens only on a 3 or higher. So no, the AUC will use the flowchart then. Okay. So, because they cannot rally, because they don't have any pieces, let's see, they are now, I think, at least in half of spaces with FARC base. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the AUC are in 1, 2, 3, 4 of these spaces, of these spaces. So, now, we go on here. Yes, and now for the first time, underground AUC guerrilla is at a FARC base. Yeah, that's definitely the case. So what happens now is a terror action. In 3 spaces with underground AUC guerrillas. First, at 1 space with a FARC base. Okay, so let's see, we got, yeah, as you said, I got 4 spaces here where that might be possible. So this is here, Huila, Tolima. Okay, so we're gonna activate this guy and place a marker here just to remember that. Then we'll place a terror marker in here, and then the support goes to active support, because if the AUC does a terror, it doesn't go to opposition as it would if the FARC does the terror, but it goes to support. That's an important difference. So, yeah, you can see that here. Place terror and shift support opposition 1 level toward... No, it's actually toward neutral. I was wrong here. But anyway, that would be the same thing here. So that means also that I lose 2 victory points. Okay, let's go on. Then, in 1 city or department with any FARC piece. So there are now these 3 areas left here. Okay, so this is Guaviare now. And we have again the guerrilla gets activated. And this thing goes to passive opposition, and we place a terror marker here. And we lose another one. And finally, there are now these 2 options. Let's hope for that, because there wouldn't be that bad in Vijara. Yes, that's the case here in Vijara. It doesn't matter at all, because there is no population, so we don't have any influence here. But we got to place a terror marker anyway. This guy is activated. And then they have to pay 3 for these 3 actions. Furthermore, if the AUC does terror actions, the government loses 8. If there is 1 action, -1, -3. If there are 2 or more, -5. So the 8 goes down by 5 points, which is pretty bad. They're at 3 now. Okay, and now we have an assassination. In 3 spaces, AUC selected for terror where AUC guerrillas exceed police. Remove guerrillas to take shipments, then remove FARC, then government, then cartels. Okay, so let's see. First here, there are no shipments, so we will remove FARC. And first thing, we can choose what we will remove, so we will remove a base here. And that means that I will lose another victory point. Here, it's not possible, because here the AUC doesn't exceed police. But here it is, so same thing happens. I lose another base here. And another victory point. So that was a pretty bad round for me. The AUC is now really aggressive, and yeah, it's definitely hurting me. Okay, so that was the AUC's operation, and I can now choose if I want to do this Blackhawks event, or if I want to do an action. And I think I want to attack, yeah, I guess I'd prefer to destroy some bases here. So, oh man, that's kind of painful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack here the cartels. I'm going to activate all of these guerrillas. I have to activate them all. Well, actually I don't. What I could do is I could do an ambush action, and I think this is a better idea. So let's see. An attack space with an underground FARC guerrilla. The attack activates one underground guerrilla only and automatically succeeds. I can do this only at one space, but I think this is a good thing. So yeah, let's. Well, I don't know. I mean, I could do it here and there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll do an attack here. I'm going to activate all of them. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to do an attack here, and I'm going to do this attack as an ambush. So I'm going to only activate one, and I'm going to attack the cartels, obviously. So let's see if I roll a 5 or less. I'm successful in this area here, Nariño Cauco. Yes, I am. So I can destroy now 2 cartels pieces and bases at last. So I kill these 2 guerrillas, and actually I had to pay 2 because I did 2 terror actions, or 2 attack actions. And then here this ambush is an automatic success. I can kill 2 pieces of the cartels, so this base is destroyed, and this guerrilla is killed. Yeah, and that's basically it then. I could place a FARC guerrilla there, but there are none available, and yeah, so I won't do that. Okay, I guess that's then the end of that turn. Okay, the next card is a cartels. It's a card with the cartels go first. General Serrano. And well, the target would be actually police. Cartels relocate up to 4 police to any spaces. So the target is kind of the government. So we roll, and only on a 3 or higher. This card is played by the cartels, yes. So let's see what they do now. General Serrano. But before we do that, let's read the text here. Colombian police, traditionally seen as corrupt and many of whose members were at the service of the Cali cartel, in the mid-1990s effectively declared war against drug traffickers. Studious and tough Policía Nacional Chief General Rosso José Serrano Cadena cleaned house and from late 1994 on led the assault on the Cali cartel in close alliance with the US. Okay, so this guy. Well, which one? I guess the right one, huh? Probably. Okay, so it says, officials on cartel payroll. Cartels relocate up to 4 police to any spaces. Okay, so randomly select spaces with police and cartels until 4 police are targeted. Relocate the police to a random city free of cartels pieces. If no police with cartels, choose operation instead. Okay, actually there is only one, but yeah, we're gonna do that. So let's see where we place them. That is 6 and 4, so that would be here. Huila. To any spaces. Yeah, so that is possible. So this guy moves from there to here. And that was actually the cartel's action, the event, and now it's the government, and they can now do an operation. So let's see once again. The government is not first on the next card. So guerrillas on LOC exceed police. Nope. Government could assault to eliminate 3 guerrillas in a space, or government could assault to eliminate all guerrillas or bases in a space. So yeah, I guess that is actually possible here in Antioquia Bolivar. There I think they can do that. Yeah, because this guerrilla is active, so they don't have to sweep here, so they can do that. Is that possible anywhere else? I don't think so right now. No, I think it's only possible there. So yes, actually they can. So we got an airlift then. Okay, so let's see. Airlift actions to a space with highest population where the additional cubes would allow the space to be cleared. Okay, let me see where that could be possible. I have my doubts. Vijara, well, that is an option actually. This is, or that one, but that's not enough. Yeah, 3 cubes would not be enough to clear the space here. But Vijara is actually possible. It's the only space that could be cleared. So I guess we will move there. So yeah, and we will move from bases and cities where cube is greater population. Okay, where is that the case? Not many. Not many. Here. Putumayo. So I guess, no, base, yeah, there's a base. So Putumayo is definitely possible. So we will take only 1 cube and place that here in Vijara. That's good enough to destroy that single guy there. And then we're going to do the assault, and that is basically we have assaults in 2 spaces, so we got to pay 6, and then we can destroy the one here in Vijara, and we can destroy this guy and the 2 bases here, which helps me in the end. Furthermore, now the shipment falls into the hand of the government. So let's see what they can do with that. I gotta check this. Gotta check the rules here. Drug bust. Here we are. For each shipment removed by assault at +6 to 8. Okay. So the shipment goes back then. And we gain 6-8. Okay, so we got this narco war here. And I'm not gonna do this. It says rival syndicates go for the throat. In each space with cartels, guerrillas remove all but one. Cartels conduct free terror with that one. Mark cartels ineligible through next card. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that. And I guess it also doesn't make a lot of sense for the government to do this. So in this case, we will actually ignore this. We will not ignore this second ops symbol. The rules say, the rules on the flowchart say that the government ignores second ops symbol. But I'm pretty sure that only applies to these kind of operations where you get a shaded option and a non-shaded option, so that the government does the option that favors it. But in this case, it's always, most of the time, it is only good for the cartels. Okay, so first now it's me, and and I'm actually going to do another attack here. Try to remove these two cartel spaces. That's a pretty bad hit then for the cartels. And in addition, I'm not sure what to do. Well, I could do an attack here. Yeah, I think I will do this. So, I guess that's a good idea. I'm going to do these two attacks, and and I'm going to do an ambush here. So the first one here, I need a 5 or less to be successful. Very good. So that allows us to destroy actually both bases, which is amazing. Yeah. Okay. And in addition, I can do an ambush here, simply activate the underground guerrilla and destroy also two cartels pieces. Very good. So right now they are under control. They only have 5 bases left. Okay, I gotta pay 2 for these 2 actions. And yeah, this is it then for me. And now it's the government. Let's see what they do. Okay, again, they're not first. Oh, no, wait a second. It's not the government. It's actually the AUC. Forgot that. I did an operation. Now it's the AUC. So, Now I'm not sure if. Yeah, of course. Here's the symbol, so they will definitely ignore this and do an operation instead. Come on, where's the flow chart? Here we are. So they can they place a base? Yeah, I don't think so actually. No, because there is an opposition space and they cannot rally in opposition spaces. So they cannot place a base there. What else is possible? Are they in at least half of spaces with FARC bases? Okay, now the situation changed a little. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces with FARC bases, and they are in 3 of them. So the answer is yes. Is an underground ASC guerrilla at a FARC base? Well, yes, actually. Over here. So that means we have now 3 spaces with underground ASC guerrillas at 1 space with a FARC base. So we start here. So what we do is we simply flip 1 here. This goes to passive opposition. Now we got to place a terror marker there. And that also means we lose again a point, and it's getting now worse and worse. So it's really about time to come back here. Next thing that happens is in a city or department with any FARC piece. Well, let me see if that is possible. Nope. No, it isn't. Because to do a terror operation, you need to have an underground agent. And that is not possible here in random cities or departments. So, well, what they could do is they could now do this up here. It's the last possible option. So they can activate this guy and then this goes 1 to neutral. So the government also loses 1 support. They have to pay 2 because they did 2 actions. We have again 2 terror, so the government will lose 5, 8. And then, oh, we gotta place a terror marker up there. Here we are. And finally, we will do another assassinate action. 3 spaces the AUC elected for terror. Remove guerrillas to take shipments, then remove FARC, then government, then cartels. Okay, well, here we cannot remove anything, but here we can remove the FARC. And actually, I'm not sure how many we can remove. Can we remove only 1 or 2? That's an interesting question. Remove any 1 enemy piece. Yeah. Okay. So we can remove here the FARC base. So the AUC did a pretty good job during the last turns. And I will lose actually another point. So I'm still in the winning zone, but I've lost about 6 points in the last 2 turns. So that was really painful. Okay, it's the next turn now. Let's see what that is. So ELN and FARC jockey, remove all FARC pieces from 1 mountain. Okay, this is a card that doesn't target the executing faction, which would be the government. So I will actually roll a die, see if they do it. And yes, they do, because on a 3 or higher, my house rule says they do this. They could ignore the second ops. So usually the second op says, no way, the later ones don't. But then the special government rule says, ignore the second ops, so they would do it following these special flowchart rules. But because the government too rarely does any operations, I decided to do this house rule where you only use the event if it targets another player than the executing faction on a roll of 3 or higher. So in this case, this is the case. And let's see, we got 25. Ejército de Liberación Nacional. Colombia's second largest revolutionary army, the Castrid ELN, concentrated in the northern mountains, where it sought a Sierra Maestra-style stronghold. While the ELN and the FARC shared the same enemies and often coordinated operations, the two Marxist groups occasionally clashed over territory or resources. Okay, so remove all FARC pieces from one mountain. This is only possible here, which is a really bad hit for me, actually. So they can remove all these pieces now from this mountain. This is just terrible. And yeah, in addition, that base goes also away. So I have only 5 bases left now. I've lost nearly half of my bases in just 3 turns. So not a good thing here. Not a good thing. That was then the event of the government. And then it's the cartel's operations. So let's see what they do. I should probably have passed during the last turn, try to prevent that. Maybe that would have been more clever, but I rarely look what's on the next card. I should be more clever here. Okay, so the cartels will rally once again. There is no way where they can place any bases. The only thing they can actually do is they can rally in one space where they can cultivate afterwards. So that would be 2, 4, and a 4. So maybe Santander, no. Atlántico, no. Cesar, Arauca, Meta East. Yeah, that's possible here. So they will rally in here. Once again, that's where we just destroyed them. And then they will cultivate a base here. And that costs them 1. Okay, let's see what the next card brings. That's a peace commission. Okay, well, on the first one it says government places 1 FARC zone. I think that's not really necessary right now. Simply the control over a zone is not that useful for the government right now, because in the next propaganda phase we won't even come to the control phase. So there is only a victory conditions checked, and that's probably the end then. Okay, well actually this is not true. It says here 1 player victory. You never win during propaganda rounds. To succeed, the player must avoid any insurgent win and have the highest victory margin after the final round. So after the final round means after the final propaganda round, but it is after final propaganda, and not after the victory phase of the propaganda round. So the control of the different areas still is important. So that makes this card definitely more interesting. So yeah, but I think it doesn't really help anyway. Government places one FARC zone. FARC zones are usually placed where there are most FARC pieces. So probably the FARC zone then will be placed here. But I'm not sure if this is worth all the effort. I might use that operation. I think that's more important now. Yeah, so I guess what I'm going to do is well, I could do a rally action, for example. That could be an important point. Might be a good idea. Because I've lost quite a few of my people, so I will actually do a rally action. I will go here. I will rally here. And well, that's a damn good question. Well, I could also rally here. Maybe even here. Guaviare. This is not looking so great anymore. I'm afraid I will lose this area. Because the government has a majority here, and it's going to be hard to get in there without a base. I might march maybe or something. It's probably the best I can do. This is not an easy task now. I'm absolutely not sure what to do right now. Okay. Well, I'm going to lose some points during that next turn. That's very likely, actually. I could rally here. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to lose this area, which is worth 4 points, and I'm going to lose this area, which is also worth 4 points. But in the end, these are now just 2 points because I have only passive opposition here. So I'm going to lose 6 points, and that will bring me underneath my victory conditions, and that will bring me to 23 or so. So that would be definitely bad. So I should try to regain control over these. Maybe try to at least keep the others. But this is not going to be easy now. Ah, gosh. Okay, so I guess for now I will rally in these areas. Okay, let's start by placing a base here. And then I'm going to place one guy in here. I'm going to place 2 in there. And I'm gonna place 2 more in here. And well, I'm still not sure if this is all I want to do actually. Could also rally there, but I think it's not. Yeah, I think I will. I will rally in here. Place 2 there. Okay, and then I guess I'm fine for now. It was a tough card that forced me to lose all these. That was really painful actually. I should have definitely avoided that. So I got to pay $5 for these rally operations. Brings me down to 26, which is still good. Actually $6. What? Yeah. Wait a second. For some reason I placed more than that. I placed actually 7, but I didn't. Yeah, I think I forgot to do a rally action in there. Okay, so I placed this guy in here. So I did one here, one there, one there, one there, one there. And one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These were only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so I pay another one. No, exactly. I paid 6. And now I can do an extort action. And that is something I want to do because I might need some money. So let's do 1, 2. I'm not sure if I can do one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay, that's 2 and 3, 4, and I guess. No, wait a second. I can't do that one because I don't control this area anymore. Okay, so I gain $3 for that. Fine. And now I got to count because I'm not sure if I added that base to my influence. I got to count that. Okay, so I'm actually at 28 points now. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do. So that was now my rally operation, and now it's the AUC. And they will ignore the event because of the second ops. So what are they doing now? Oh, we need that. Their flowcharts. Can they place a base anywhere? Nope, they can't. Have the spaces with FARC bases. So let's see, we got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have only 5 spaces with FARC pieces left now. And they are only in 2 of them. So actually no. So that means they will march once again. In a department or city with a FARC piece, a FARC base if possible, and no ASC guerrillas. First to ASC guerrilla stand underground with all adjacent ASC guerrillas except one each space with an ASC base or any FARC piece. Okay, so basically that means this guy will not move because there's a FARC piece. This guy will not move. For them, we have no destination. There is no adjacent space with a FARC base. So what actually happens is these, they will move in here. And all adjacent ASC guerrillas except one each space with an ASC base or any FARC piece. So that's what happens now. they will move all down here, which seems a little crazy actually. And then they will get all activated, of course. At least that's what I think. I will check that. March. If destination has support or opposition, or is LOC and moving guerrillas plus FARC guerrillas plus cubes, they exceed 3. So yeah, they're getting all activated and they move all in here. Okay. And one stays behind, this guy here. Okay, so that was then the AUC's action. And so yeah, that's the end of that turn. And I guess we'll probably do now one last turn. See what happens. Plan Colombia. Okay. Okay, so government is first. And this is the US war on drugs. So let's see. Number 12. The Pastrana government's response to Colombia's insurgency plan Colombia included seeking $3.5 billion in foreign aid. The US earmarked 3/4 of its part of that aid to counter narcotics. Okay. So add lesser of 8 or plus 20 to government resources, then 8 plus 10. So right now the 8 is only 4, so that's not so great. So it goes up to 54, but then it's at 14. Okay, so that was the event, and then it's the cartels. And there again, they're going to rally once again. Okay, and well, no base for the cartels, so it's the usual thing. They're going to place a base where they can cultivate afterwards. So it's a 6 and a 4 and a 1 meta west, and yeah, that is actually possible. So they're going to place a guerrilla there and then place a base there. And that's a little sad, because actually I wanted to place a base there during my next possible rally operation. But now these guys were faster. Bad luck. But okay. So, let me see. Yeah, okay, that's the end then. I'm gonna place that one here. Just flip the next card. And the cartels have to pay 1. Okay. Well, it's not that clear anymore right now. I mean, I think I'm still doing well. The cartels are pretty close to winning. I mean, all they need is actually 3 bases. That is good. That's really good. So, during that victory margin, that is pretty strong. That might be a real danger. Because if I lose now some of my influence points during the next support phase, during the propaganda card, which is going to happen, I will be in trouble. As I said, I will lose this department, I will lose that department. These are these high value departments. Here I'm still fighting. I don't know what happens there. I'll probably lose that department. I might be able to move in there maybe with some guerrillas. Well, I can also try to move in here actually from there. That's also an option, but it's going to be hard then to keep control here. Damn it. It's really tough. I mean, I could enter this area, but then there is a chance that yeah, that I lose control of that one. Oh, damn it. So actually I realized something now, and I'm not sure if I played that right during the last phases. I think I did actually. I think I did, because the government can only do a civic action during the propaganda phase if there is police and troops in a department. So right now they couldn't do these civic actions in these departments, which is good for me. That helps a lot. So as long as they don't get anyhow these police in there, we don't have to be afraid of that. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see how it turns out. I think we can't. It's not sure. I think we might be able to finish that game in the next video. Yeah. Hope to see you then. Bye.